Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. What is your hand grip strength? The best predictor of testosterone levels and androgen status. By the way, if you don't know the correlation and the reason why hand grip strength is the best predictor of your T levels and your androgen status, watch the video that I did on it because I don't want to repeat myself too much. But long story short, let's look at the results and then let's read the comments. All right, so 12% are under 100 pounds, so Smeagol category. That is terrible. That means your androgen status is extremely low. Keep in mind, androgen status is not the same thing as testosterone levels. Testosterone levels is just one piece of the puzzle. It's a small percentage of your overall androgen status. Okay, so androgen status includes testosterone levels in the blood, testosterone levels within the muscle, which is different than testosterone levels in the blood. It includes your androgen receptors. It includes your androgen receptor sensitivity, not just the number, but how sensitive they are based on your genetic polymorphisms. It includes SHBG, free T, DHT, dihydrotestosterone, dehydroepiandrosterone or DHEA, and obviously it includes your cortisol, your prolactin, your estradiol, both through the receptor beta and alpha. So androgen status is the whole picture, right? And obviously you're not going to measure that in a lab. It's going to cost over $2,000, and that's minimum. The best way to measure that is simply your grip strength because it's literally tied together. If your grip strength goes up, if your androgen status goes up within seconds, so will your grip strength, and vice versa. If your androgen status goes down, whether through an increase in androgens or through a decrease in androgens, but through a decrease in cortisol or whatever, right? Anything that positively affects your T to C ratio, testosterone to cortisol ratio, you're gonna see that reflected in your hand grip strength within seconds. Same thing with steroids. If somebody injects you with steroids within seconds, especially if it's a DHT compound, DHT derived compound, you're gonna see a crazy increase in your hand grip strength. But anyway, so if you're under 100 pounds of hand grip strength, that means something is wrong. Either you slept like shit, either you overtrain, either your diet is trash, which is usually the number one cause. But you gotta get checked out. You gotta figure out what's going on. Fix your sleep, get more sunlight. Go back to the basics. Eat healthy, blah, blah, blah. All this shit I preach about. Under 100 pounds for a guy, for a nigga, that is horrible. So let's see. 100 to 131 pounds, 19% of guys are here. That is still, again, around one. If your hand grip strength is 120 pounds, that's a little below average or around average, depending on the country, right? Depending on the study, which population they looked at. But as a man, you should be above 120 every day. Every day. You should be around 130 minimum or more. And that would correspond to, healthy testosterone levels. Again, read the article or watch the video that I did about this. A lot of research on this. But for the most part, if you're around here, under 100 pounds, your testosterone levels are probably under 300 nanogram per deciliter. Here you're probably around, 300 to 600. Here you're around 600 to 900, and here you're definitely over 900. And this is assuming all else is equal. It's assuming you have normal SHBG, normal everything else, right? But anyway, so let's see. 19% are here, so that's pretty bad. So that means, let's add this together. That means 31%. Wait, G's owns. Okay, yeah. 30. I had to do the math real quick. So that means 31% of you guys are, that's a third. It's a third of you motherfuckers are suboptimal. When I'm under 130, that's a bad day for me. That's a day where I have average to low T. Maybe I slept bad, ate bad, very stressed out. The moment I dip below 130, something's wrong. And let's see here, 131 and 175, 37% of you guys claim to be here. So either you guys are capping, or you guys are lying, or you guys are very, very androgenic, or you have high DHT, By the way, if you have normal testosterone or even low testosterone, but somehow you have high DHT, your grip strength will be through the fucking roof. Because you guys know DHT is notorious for increasing force production and strength. But that's for a different video. So 37% of you guys claim to be here, and 31% of you guys claim to be over 175. This is where you want to be, over 175. And keep in mind, your hand grip strength is associated with your testosterone levels and your androgen status, regardless of whether you train grip strength or not. I get this question a million times. You guys think researchers are stupid? Everything has been accounted for. So whether you train your grip strength or not, it's still related to your androgen status, which is why a 12-year-old boy who did not go through puberty can train his grip strength for 5 years Well, by then he'll go through puberty. But let's assume that he doesn't go through puberty. He's not gonna have the same grip strength for somebody who never trained the grip strength, right? So you can't cheat the system. You can't like, oh, let me train grip strength, and then it's just gonna make it seem like I have a high T now. Because even if you train grip strength, if your T levels are trash or your androgen receptors are trash, you're not gonna make a lot of progress. All right, so let's look at the comments now and see what you guys are saying. By the way, yeah, the article is here. The previous video on this is here, and I put the kilogram conversion for my UK, Australian, European morphos, right? Let's see. And guys, you'd be surprised, man. The research on hangry strength and androgen status and testosterone goes back decades. They've analyzed that in so many different populations, and it's so consistent. And it's not just testosterone it measures. It's associated with better sperm count, better fertility markers, sperm motility, health outcomes, so many things. Something as simple as your fucking grip strength, which makes sense, evolutionarily speaking. But again, let's stay focused. I heard from Jamie Lewis that grip strength is one of the things most. I have no idea who Jamie Lewis is, but that is correct. It is very linked to longevity, and you'd be amazed. It is more accurate than so many measurements that are out there. So many expensive ass tests that are out there. The reason you don't hear about it a lot is because, once again, there's no profit. There's no money to be made by telling people to just check their grip strength, right? Because you could do that anywhere for free. You could use a bathroom scale. You could buy a dynamometer for less than $30. You could borrow somebody's dynamometer. I mean, there's no profits, so people don't like talking about it. All right, Smeagol had quite impressive grip strength. Actually, he could snatch. Yeah, he was a beast, man. The way he was grabbing those fish out of the water, and he could throttle any man flash to death with his fingers. He could become quite a popular MMA fighter. Actually, just needs to lose the. To be honest, Smeagol was actually strong as fuck, man. For you Lord of the Rings fans out there, you guys know Lord of the Rings is my shit. It's my #1 movie of all time, right up there with 300 and all that shit. But Smeagol is a funny motherfucker. But he was actually low-key strong, man. Anyway, let's stay focused. See, the ADHD kicked in. I squeezed 48 kg. God damn it, 48 kg. Let me do the math. I know. Americans had to fuck it all up for us with pounds and all that bullshit. All right, so 105 pounds. So I squeezed 105 in PE. At school, running off 5 hours of sleep a few months ago at 16. Now 17 and sleep is consistently around 8 hours, so it will be better. Haven't tested it since then. Yeah, like I said, everyone should have a way to check their grip strength every morning throughout the day. You'll see, like throughout the day, it changes depending on whether you do dumb shit or not. Sleep like shit, it's gonna go down. Sleep great, it's gonna be higher. Let's see. And I could explain the mechanisms behind, how androgens affect your central nervous system and, contraction and calcium and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think a lot of you guys are going to watch that video if I make it. I love those nerdy videos. Just most of you guys hate the technical shit. So I'm left just talking to myself. All right. I got 128 pounds on my first try. Definitely going to be working on increasing my T and see if I can get to it. All right. And keep in mind, like I said, it's not just your testosterone, right? You want to increase your testosterone. You also want to increase your free T. Your DHT, it's the most important one, but you also want to lower your cortisol, because if you increase your testosterone, but your cortisol is also high, it's going to negate, right? Your T to C ratio, your testosterone to cortisol ratio is what matters, right? Your androgens and your anti-androgens. So yes, increase your testosterone, but also make sure that you're keeping your cortisol and prolactin and serotonin, all the anti-androgens at a normal or lower range. All right, is there any way to measure grip strength without one of those grip measuring things? You could use a bathroom scale. Just squeeze it as hard as you can and then divide it by 2. Guys, just get a dynamometer. It's less than $30. I hope the price doesn't go up because I've been mentioning it a lot. Again, I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated. That's why I'm not even giving you guys an Amazon link for the one that I use. No, I want no conflicts of interest in my videos. You guys know that. I've been consistent with that for the last 10 plus years, and I'm not going to change anytime soon. That's why I have no sponsors. I turn them down all the time, because the moment you have a conflict of interest, game over. That's why even my book is literally free shit. It's all my free information condensed into a book. I refuse to be associated with anything that could threaten or anything that would sacrifice my integrity. But anyway, yeah, just get one of those dynamometer things. Let's see, and it's gonna last you a lifetime anyway. It's $30 or 20, right? That's gonna last you a lifetime, right? Let's see. I was able to close the 200-pound gripper I have. For context, if I'm deadlifting, All right, comfortably close. I hit 160 yesterday evening. 160 is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. That means your T levels, all else equal, assuming that all else is equal. If you hit 160, your T levels are definitely above 600. Very close to 900. Let's see. A couple hours after a hard full body workout. Wow, that means they're probably even higher before the full body workout. Uh, depend again. It also depends on if you overtrain or not. But this morning about 136. Yep, huge drop. Try it again now. 150 both hands. I would have expected it to be highest in the morning when you were rested. Once again, it depends, right? Because T levels are highest in the morning, but so is cortisol. See, cortisol is also high in the morning. That's why you gotta look at a T to C ratio. You can't just look at testosterone by itself. That's why I get so mad when people just look at testosterone like, oh look, testosterone level is this, so I must be good. Or testosterone level is the low, so I must be. That's not how it works. You always have to look at the whole picture. Next, I was working on my Christian daily for about a month, and I injured my hand. Was doing this, being able to just score on these on average. I haven't said that so many times in the Discord and in the Reddit. So if I'm on low T mode, it's below 130. Definitely below 130. If I'm on low T mode, either from overtraining or not sleeping enough or eating like shit, whatever, it's always below 130. If I'm sick, it's like 105, right? Or if I have a lot of inflammation. On a normal day, I'm around, between 130 and 150. Depends, 140, 150, depending on, what I'm doing at the time, what I'm going through, what kind of stress I'm under, how my cortisol levels are like. When I'm on high T mode, it's always above 160. The highest was around 180 to 190, but that was years ago. That's when I was obsessed with bodybuilding. I did everything you could think about to optimize my life. To optimize my bodybuilding journey. So back then it was like 180 to 190 almost every morning. But that's not sustainable these days. I'm a dad now. I have a lot of other things to focus on, stocks, businesses, blah, blah, blah. Bodybuilding is literally just like, for fun now. But yeah, so nowadays, like I said, on a normal day, I'm above 140 to 150. If I'm on a low T day, it's around 130 or less. I have to look at the numbers because I used to track everything religiously. But yeah, so it always depends on what the person is doing. Like the guy was saying earlier, you could hit 160 one day and the next day you'd be like 120 if you do some dumb shit. Let's see. But you guys should all aim to be at least 150 to 160, right? And that's the minimum. You guys should aim for that. 150 to 160 should be the bare minimum. And ideally you should be around, like I said, 170, 180, which would correspond to T levels above 1,000. Like I said, when my T levels were constantly above 1,000, there was not a day when my growth strength was lower than 180. I would just wake up and then boom, boom, 183, 185, 183, 182, 187, 189, back to 183. When my T levels went there, when I had my lowest T levels ever, when it was 150, I made a video about that. That period of my life when I was the most stressed, I was eating like shit, sleeping like shit, and it went down to 150 nanogram per deciliter. Guys, my grip strength was so pussy. It was like 105, 110. But anyway, so let's see. Vegeta, what does the dynamometer say about his power level? For those of you guys who watch Dragon Ball Z, you guys know this reference. Mine is about 80 and 120. Whew, yeah, that is not good. That is not good. You do not want to go below 120, let alone, like I said, when I was 105 on grip strength, that was like, I was either sick. I remember when I had COVID, my grip strength was super low. You do not want to have a reading this low, But I'm spot on with my diet, sleep, stress management. When I get my dynamometer, I thought I would get 30. I was pretty disappointed. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's not normal readings. And remember, even if you have normal size forearms, you don't train your forearms, whatever, you should score 130 to 150 on a normal average day. Thanks for finding your channel. I'm able to grip over 60 kg at 15. 60 kg, what's that? Times 2.2, so that's a little over 120. That's good, As long as you score more than 120, you're not in a danger zone. A man should never, ever be under 120 if he's healthy, I'm 53. My best grip strength so far has been 144. Is that decent? That is epic for a 53-year-old. That is really good for a 53-year-old. I'm in fairly good shape. Just got to get this extra 20 pounds off, and I look a lot better as well. But yeah, that's epic. At 53, 144, I could show you 20-year-olds who are not even hitting 120 because they're like, the diet is trash, their sleep is up, all over the place. Let's see, got 123 pounds. Actually, let me see how much time is left into this video. Oh God, I ramble too much. Got 123 pounds on my right and 113 on my left. Need to start switching. Need to start switching in those late night sessions for. Wait, is he implying what I think he's implying? Anyway, I, my mind is in the gutter, man. If that's not what he meant. I was playing this competitive game recently and I lost the most bullshit way. This intense rage. I grabbed my hand grip tester and squeezed it. Who gets up and just squeezes that dynamometer? Uh, anyway, I can close Captain Crusher. A good YouTube channel. I learned a lot from you. Good luck in life. Appreciate you. Best of luck. Question: does all this information mean if you increase your grip strength, your T will naturally go up? No, it's the other way around. If you increase your T levels, your grip strength will naturally go up, even if you don't train your grip strength. You can't increase your grip strength to increase your T levels unless you. Wow. When I said increase your grip strength, I did the motion and it looked like I was jerking off. But anyway, yeah, you can't increase your grip strength to increase your T levels, right? Unless in the process of increasing your grip strength, you're also sleeping well and eating well, then of course that's going to increase your T levels. But it's the sleeping well and eating well and managing stress well that's boosting your T. It's not the training the grip directly. It's kind of like arm wrestlers. Arm wrestlers have crazy high grip strength and everyone thinks, oh, look, it's because they're training grip strength. No, it's because an arm wrestler to perform at an elite level has to manage sleep well, training well, eating well. So of course they have a high grip strength. They also have high T levels and high androgen status. A lot of them are also on roids, so you got to factor that in. Take an arm wrestler who trained his grip strength his whole life or since he was a teen and crush his T levels for just 1 hour, and then have him test the grip strength. You will see the biggest drop ever. But anyway, I be G-checking dudes in the gym with my dynamometer these days. Imagine walking around with a dynamometer like, yeah, 250 pounds gripper so far is the best. Well, how should you measure if you already train? Is it a good way to measure? Yes. I can close Yeah, guys, just use a dynamometer, right? Because the Captain Lacrosse thing, I don't know. You can never tell if it's well designed if you use it for too long. So it's not. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, if it's brand new, obviously, then it's fresh, it's working just well. But it could give you just get a dynamometer. To me, it's so much simple. Or don't get a dynamometer. Use your bathroom scale. Just squeeze that bitch. All right. I'm not sure, to be honest. I've worked different types of hands. All right, too long. I don't know, but today I woke up feeling like I could crush an apple. And also all the things that spike T, like like clapping cheeks and all that stuff, whatever. You could actually test your grip strength prior, like before and after, and you'll see. Depending on the timing, like if you do it after your prolactin already went up and your serotonin is high, then obviously your grip strength might be lower. But right before, your grip strength would be so high right before you clap cheeks. You could test this, especially if you're super driven. If super horny, super dialed in, oh man, which is usually a sign of a high androgen status, your grip strength will go up at least 20 pounds. It's amazing how it works. All right, let's see. Will increase my T, increase my grip strength? Yes. A lot of studies on this, even by injection, which obviously I don't recommend, but even if somebody injects, testosterone suspension or, God forbid, halo testing into you, oh man, your shit is gonna blow up. All right, I have a tester. Yeah, this video's too long. I gotta hurry up. Best way. Wouldn't a 6'2", 220-pound regular gym goer with a day of low T so get a higher score than a 5'8", 180 who has a good T day? No. You could even take a guy who's 6'5", 250 pounds. If you inject him with goserelin, or you find a way to block every androgen in his body, so you block not just testosterone but also DHT. So you give him finasteride or like I said, goserelin. You find a way to also block DHEA, because people forget that you could have low testosterone, but if your body has enough DHEA, you're gonna have low testosterone in the bloodstream, but your body can take that DHEA and convert it to testosterone and DHT within the muscle. So that's why T levels are so deceiving. You can't just look at T levels. But yeah, if you crush all of his androgens, right? A 6'5", 300-pound guy, you crush all his androgens in one day. So no T, no intramuscular T, no DHT, no androsterone, his grip strength will be trash. Even though his muscle didn't change, his muscle mass didn't change, his height didn't change, his years of training grip strength didn't change. That's how accurate it is. And like I said, once I explain to you guys the mechanism behind contractions and how androgens affect calcium entry into the cells and force production and G protein receptors, everything's gonna make sense. That's why men are stronger than women, even if you equate their muscle mass. A lot of people don't know this. People think men are stronger than women because men are bigger. No, even if you equate the muscle mass and the bone density between men and women, a man who has gone through puberty will be significantly stronger than a woman that has the same muscle size as him, same bone mass, same height, same everything. Because the androgens are that powerful when it comes to increasing force production. All right. I had to measure my grip strength in an interview. The interview was amazed. 81 kg. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. 81 kg. That's already over 160. So I have a dynamometer. I hit 170. Nice, nice. Does it also depend on body weight? Yes and no. Right. Only at the extremes. Like for example, like a 500-pound person obviously is gonna have a higher grip strength than a 80-pound person. Right. So only at the extremes. But in the normal range, no. You could have a guy who weighs way more than you and scores lower than you on the dynamometer. Like now, for example, I'm bigger than most guys, but on my low T days, right, when my T levels are low as shit and my hand grip strength is around 120 to 130, there are guys who are 15, have zero muscle mass, just at the peak of puberty, and they could score 150 right next to me. And I have way more muscle than them. So, like I said, body weight means nothing. It all depends on your androgen status. Same thing when my T levels are high and I'm hitting 180 pounds or 160, 175 on the dynamometer. I'm not as big as some guys that I could show you who are way bigger than me and are hitting only like 120 because they're overtrained. So it's all about androgen status. All right, next. Just all right. I can't keep reading this forever. Let's see. Improving grip strength. I already answered that. God. Yeah, there's too many comments, and this video is way past 20 minutes. So there's no way I'm reading all this. All right, guys. That's it. Join the Discord. We have a lot more of these conversations. Go for God. There's a lot of comments. Jesus Christ. Stop the cap. Most of y'all not in that one. I know a lot of guys are definitely lying. Hanging strength is bullshit. All that matters is how much curry your body's able to tolerate. This guy's always posting troll comments. Not in a bad way though. All right. Guys, I would love to read all this, but this video is gonna be like an hour long. But all right, see you guys in the Discord. Comment, go vote on the other polls. I might see your answer if it gets enough likes and thumbs up. Your comment, that is. All right, peace out. All right, guys, don't forget to like or share the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and buy my HSP Nucleus of a Low Training Program. It's the ultimate program for maximum muscle growth. It includes full body workout splits, bro splits, push-pull, home workouts, you name it. Also comes with a complete guide for macros, nutrition, fat loss, muscle growth, hormones, including a meal plan. It's pretty much all my 16 years of experience condensed into one fucking book. You're also going to get free copies of any future edition. So visit team3dalpha.com and you can use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload. Or you could just buy the shit at full price. Alright guys, I'm out of here.